The first part of this question asks you to describe a graph in detail. You don't really need to know anything about a filament lamp at this point, you're just describing the graph. There's lots of things that you could say here. Be as specific as possible. So quote numbers from the graph. So between 0 and 0.04 seconds, the current increases up to a value of 0.4 amps. That'll get you 2 marks. After 0.04 seconds, it then decreases until it reaches a settled or constant value of 0.2 amps. Just saying those things would actually get you 5 marks, and you only need 3. It doesn't want you to explain it, just describe it. Then we get into the calculations. So the lamp reaches its normal operating temperature after a short while. From the graph, that must be happening here. So that's its normal operating temperature. And you know that because the current isn't changing anymore. So it says state the current in the lamp. You read that off the graph and it is 0.2 amps. Then it's asking for an equation. Use words. So voltage is current times resistance, which is Ohm's law. If you insist on using symbols, the only acceptable ones are capital V equals capital I times capital R. Calculate the resistance of the lamp at its normal operating temperature. So you need to rearrange the equation. The 12 volts comes from there, and your current comes from there, because again it's still talking about normal operating temperature. So your resistance is 60 ohms, and you can write ohms or you can use the symbol, which is a capital omega. Another equation, state the relationship between power, current and voltage. So power equals current times voltage. In symbols it's a capital P, capital I, capital V. Calculate the power of the lamp at its normal operating temperature again. So this time you will multiply 0.2 and 12, and that will give you an answer of 2.4, and it's already given you the unit watts there. This one is the only hard question really. Suggest why a filament lamp is most likely to fail when it's first switched on. Now filament lamps fail because the wire inside them melts. And it's going to do that when it first gets hot. So at the beginning, when the current is very high, the filament lamp is going to be very hot, and that's why it's most likely to fail at the beginning. So for 2 marks here, it wants you to notice that the current is very high when it's first switched on, which means that it's very hot, which means it's more likely to melt or fail.